Okay, so I'm currently in my kid's room because for some reason his room has the most natural light ever. Okay, so today's story time or truth time is simply because every job I've ever had in my entire life, I have either been fired from or I've quit. I don't know about you, but I can't not do something else that is good for me to do whilst doing my job. Like, okay, I recently got fired from working with this call center because I was learning to trade and I was more focused on trading than the 7.09 an hour. I'm basically getting £7.09 an hour. That's not even paying my rent. Do you understand? I don't think you guys understand something. You want me to work 40 hours on £7.09 an hour, minus tax, minus NI. Obviously, if you understand, you understand. Now, this is what annoys me so much. This is what they've said to me as to why I am being fired. The first one is I don't personalize my calls, as in, I don't ask them what they're having for lunch, where they work, where about in the UK are you, why are you calling. Sorry, I do ask why they're calling because obviously I'm trying to figure out their reasonings for calling. Yeah, but they were like, you don't personalize your conversations, you don't speak about yourself enough, you don't implement how you feel or what's going on in yourself to talk about that. I don't know about you, yeah, but I'm not gonna be talking to someone I don't know about I want a sugar daddy. I've had agents call through talking about, oh, I've just had a whole conversation with her, like she's on the toilet pooing and that. Come off my line. No, this is a distraction. I don't think you understand. There are certain things that happen on call where you're questioning, like, why would you call in a call center that the calls are recorded, sent off somewhere for someone else to listen to the calls for almost 7 years? Why are you doing this? And on top of it, they'll be like, oh, you need to basically speak about yourself, ask them what they're eating for dinner. What? Ask them what this. Now, I don't know about you. You're paying me £7.09 an hour. My job is strictly to talk to you about your bill. And I'm going to speak to you about your bill. I'm going to help you if you need help and you've uttered the words to me what you're looking for. I can assist you on that. But if you don't, I can't pry into your life as much as you think. One, it's called courtesy and respect to not pry into people's lives too much unless they're willing to open up. You're telling me that I should have opened up about myself on the call to customers. I should have made them open up some more. And I just think to myself, why? To be honest with you, my head is up here. I already know the paths, so you have to go through a path. When a customer calls in, you say, hi, how you doing? How's your day? Blah, blah, blah. Then you ask the questions, the reason you're calling, or how can it help you? How can I assist you with this? You speak to them and you explain what you're going to do. Okay, if I'm doing that and I'm looking for an entry to get in, my eyes are glued to there and I'm just speaking to them about their bill. I don't think you understand how difficult it is to triple multitask. I don't know about you. I can multitask, as in click one screen for the path I'm meant to do, edit this customer's account of what needs to be done, and still find my entry and place my entry correctly. I can do that. But I'm not about to start talking to you about the football match. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I don't think you guys understand. That is even more of a distraction. I'm going to get giddy, laugh with you, get enticed with it. I'm going to be fucking distracted. I can't be distracted in trading. One, it's already difficult because I'm multitasking. I'm a day trader, not a swing trader. I don't swing for nothing unless it's for a year to 6 months. I'm not swinging for nothing, okay? So that's pretty difficult in itself to do. Okay? I don't think people understand this. I need a better situation. You want to get at people who are in worse off situations. And then when they are bloody doing it, you want to get at them for doing it. I'm talking about me getting fired simply because I wasn't personalizing the calls, which I'm paid to talk to you about your bill. I'm paid to assess what needs to be done on your bill. Okay. And then on top of it, the client asks for this to be done. When I started, it was like at 120 seconds each that you can go to. So they were complaining that my after call work is too high. And I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I'm distracted. I just see candlesticks going and I'm like, yeah, I know what this means. I know what I gotta do. Okay, I've got my fundamentals aligned. I've got my technical ready. Okay, let me just wait for it. And I'm not gonna lie, 3-4 minutes are going past. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie. 3-4 minutes are going past each and every time. As soon as that call ends, I put myself in after call work and I just watch sometimes, or I just find an entry, or I am like, yeah, this is my confirmation. I just need that specific entry that I can go in where I can risk my 1%, 2%, whatever I want to risk at that time. Okay. I'm not gonna lie, my after call work was high for that reason. And on top of that, I go to the toilet in my after call work. I cook some food for my child in my after call work because I'm not taking the little break that I have to go do that. One, when I was doing 40 hours, I took my break to collect him from school. Or I took my break to go have a quick bike ride around Richmond Park, etc. That's what I did. I'm not gonna lie. You see my size? Of course. So that's what I did with my breaks, okay? Here, I kind of dropped down my hours so I can focus more on trading more. But I trade London session and sometimes the open of New York session. Past New York's open session, what am I there for? What am I here for? I've got my child to go collect and play with, and have your little Kindle, your relationship, your bond with your child. Okay, so I was like, oh, this is taking up too much time working full time for $7.09 an hour. So I did part-time. I'm doing part-time. I was still taking my breaks to do this stuff. I was still going on after call work. So they were like, oh, well, you're 1 minute or 2 minutes over target time. Why is that? And I would say, I'm leaving a note on their account in after call work. Really and truly, bro, I've just made £3,000. Shut up. I don't think you understand. I am going to choose something that benefits my future way more than what this is doing. This is just, I don't know. Let me use the little P to fund the account. Oh, let me grow it some more. Pretty much, to be honest with you, because it didn't pay my rent. It doesn't pay my rent. Full-time or part-time doesn't pay my rent. Which is one of the most... It is what it is, to be honest with you. So it is what it is. There's not much I can really say about that. It is what it is. Doesn't pay my rent, full-time or part-time. Not at all. You get, what, £10.46 an hour? Minus NI and tax, that's $7.09. That doesn't pay my rent, bro. Do the maths. It doesn't pay my rent. Okay? So I was just like... and then what was the third reason? So you've got personalized, after work call, and hold time. hold time. My hold time was on 27 seconds because I'll put a customer on hold on silent. I'm putting you on mute. Why am I going to make you... Like, sometimes you get customers who are like, please, not that awful music. Please, if you're going to put me on mute, can you put me on a silent mute? No. You get so many of those customers, and I completely understand. Like, you've got my head going in. Like, I know I liked Miley Cyrus as a kid, but I'm a grown-ass adult now. Those types of songs don't go well anymore, okay? And it's just going on and on, and you just hear it going on and on and on. Bro, that's annoying. That's like torture. I don't think you understand. If you're just hearing it all the time, imagine a customer who's called in like 7 times and they've just got to hear the same songs going over and over because the songs repeat themselves. After like 3-4 songs, they repeat again. Oh, guys, I tell you now. So I basically got fired because I decided to fully immerse myself in learning to trade. But I did my job correctly. They were saying, oh, you're too formal, you're too blunt, you need a softer approach in regards, like you need to baby them. How do you talk to your child? This is a grown-ass adult. Don't you dare. I don't think you understand. Don't you dare. A grown-ass adult. This is a grown-ass adult. And you'd get customers calling in for absolute... You're not entitled to it. Oh, I've been with you for 8 years. Oh, give me a discount. Oh, is there any particular reason? I've been with you for 8 years. Run me my discount. No. Or you get customers calling in. You're a public servant, fam. I felt like, what a dickhead. You actually think that? You stupid fool. Like, you're just calling in, trying to fight someone, talking about, what did you say? Give me the number, or something. Run me back money. I've had customers scream and shout, dog you out. There are no services where you can go sit down with your TL and speak to them. That's unpaid time. You want that? I'm not paying you. That's how they are. They're not going to pay you if a customer, let's say, let me give you for instance, because this has actually happened to multiple people. There's a customer who would just call in and he would just start swearing, screaming, shouting at you. And then it's just for no reason other than, oh, because I can and you're not going to do anything about it. That's it. I'm hanging up the call. I'm not dealing with it. Why are you starting out the call screaming and shouting, swearing, go fuck yourself? You are a horrible service. You're this. If they're a horrible service, I left when they were no longer the most... I'm not going to lie. I left them when you couldn't get unlimited calls, text and data for £5 a month. £5 a week, sorry. I left them then. Like, they were my best friend as a child. That's not my fault you wanted to stay with them. I'm sorry, but it's really not. It's really not. Talking about, we're going to have to let you go due to your after call work. You're too formal. You don't really personalize the calls. And, and your hold is too long. Why are you going? You've got to ask permission to go on hold. I worked there for 2 years. Never have I ever heard, I need to ask you permission to go on hold. Why would anybody need to ask permission to put a customer on hold to transfer the call? There are thousands of us. Why would we all ask you permission to put on hold? When we first started, you're told you can put a customer on hold if you don't know what you're doing and you've got asked for information. You can put a customer on hold if you're filling out or listening to a call, like a call listening. You can put a customer on hold if you're asking for an action to be done. You can put a customer on hold if you've got to go and ask some extra advice. Now, I've moved to a new group. They're telling me, you've got to ask for permission to be able to do that. If if something along the lines of, if you don't ask for permission, then we're gonna have to audit that, and you're gonna get, long story short, you're gonna get in more trouble because you should have asked for permission to be able to do so. And I thought to myself, this is craziness. Why would I ask you that? It's long. So I must have put in the group chat like, oh, do any of you ask for permission to go on hold? All of them were like, no, I just put you on hold. Why would I ask permission? Like, it's a bit long to go out and ask for permission, which is true. I worked there for 2 years, never have I heard that. They're like, oh, well, the client, shut up. Shut up. And then they don't want to pay you for certain things. They'll be like, oh, we can't pay you. Let's say their system has timed out, you're on annual leave. They go, oh, you had enough time to reset the password, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, how could I have had enough time to reset the password if I'm on annual leave? How? They go, oh, you have 2 weeks to reset it. I definitely didn't have 2 weeks, or I would have been able to reset it today, because that would have meant the 2 weeks, because I was off for 10 days or something like that. They don't let you book your annual leave anymore. My gosh. Do you know what? I kind of knew I was going to get fired, because when I tell you my priority is to trade, my priority is to trade. I will never deny that. I'm telling you the truth. My priority is to trade. I've learned to build money, hold money in a personal account. I've passed challenges. I've failed challenges. Do you understand where I'm coming from? I can clearly see progression in trading. I have worked in this job for 2 years and I've never seen progression. You know, one thing that gave me anxiety was speaking to agents, and they would utter the words, I've worked here for 23 years. My heart. Unless they were given their house, as in, unless their parents would pass down their house, or they had already had a stable job and they just needed to get back into work back in the day. You know, like the houses were cheaper 20 years ago, innit? It was very cheap 20 years ago. It was like, what, 100K for a 4-bedroom? 20 years ago? Yeah, all about it. All about it. Especially the areas that most of these call centers are. Now, that makes sense to me. But to be in 2024... I don't know your personal situation, and just hearing you've worked there for 23 years on the same pay, I'm not on it. I'm not about it. Like, it would give me anxiety just hearing someone say 12 years. 12 years. And I would utter the words, well, why aren't you a deputy? Why aren't you a team leader? Why aren't you an ops manager? Why aren't you an analyst? Why haven't you... Oh, you know, they're not really putting me into these places. They're just like, you know, putting me into different sectors. So like collections team, billing team, sales team. I'm like, that's not enough. You've given this man 20 years of your service and he hasn't promoted you. That's not enough. Your pension isn't even going to be sweet either. Because I know this, I did the 40 hours for 1 whole year. And I asked them how much was in my pension, and I was just like, ooh, whoa, that's kind of painful. Is that it? No. It's all for the best, though. It's all for the best, because it's all for the best. It's all for the best. I am so happy to actually find out that I was probably distracting myself or not believing in myself that I could trade, that I could actually do this, by holding on to this job and just building the account. My sole purpose is just to continue building this account. I don't want to withdraw the money. I don't care how much I can make, the 100, the 500, the 3,000, the 1,000, the, I don't know, £20, the minus 500. I don't think you understand. I don't want to withdraw that. the purpose is to build it, which is why I'm like, okay, let me do this little 709 job. You know, I can buy some food, and you know, that's it. Like, that is it, because that's basically all it provides for. Like, I pay my utilities and my food. That's it. I'm not gonna lie, that's it. I pay my utilities and my food. That's it. It can't pay my rent. It's not enough.